a successful career. What does it all mean? There's something deeper in life here that I need to explore.
You want to trade what for what? A house in town for a movie role?
So I've been watching the docuseries. I think I'm only 2 episodes away from completion. Tell me about Journey of Faith. How did this all come about?
Well, after my father passed away about 15 years ago, I started my journey of faith. Phone rings. Hi, sorry to inform you, your father's just passed away. He's gone. Where is he? I was keenly aware of I'm on deck. You're sitting with a bag of ashes and you go, oh my gosh, where's the guy who was the Little League coach? You know, all that stuff. And I went and wrote a film. And for that, he wants one thing, and one thing only, our faith. No matter how challenged we may feel, whatever dark shadow we find ourselves cast under, he is there for us. Basically, the small town funded this film. When we rolled into town, people fascinated about us making this movie in a small town with real people. And I wrote this film, and the day before we started shooting, the first miracle happened. Sony calls up and says, oh, Corbin, I didn't know you were a Christian filmmaker. And I went, yeah, sure, because it was about a pastor who had lost his way, and the notion that I was filming it in this town with all these real people.
You have a better chance of getting struck by lightning than a movie coming to a little town like this.
But along the way, we made the film, and just, you can only describe it as miracle after miracle happening. I had the wisdom, insight, the guidance to film the entire thing. And 2 cameras going all the time, not just behind the scenes, which you normally do, but filming the good, bad, and the ugly.
How on earth do you make a movie for $250,000?
The weather, which was going to become the biggest problem with the whole show.
And it was my first faith-based movie. It's when so many miracles and wonderful things happened, it just, God became so evident in this to me.
Just like that, I just snapped and burned it down. I didn't mean for everyone to die.
This terrible thing that he's done. Somebody explain to me what's going on. We filmed all of it, and during COVID, I had these 300 hours of film. It reminded me what a wonderful story this was of making this movie. This is the test, what faith really is about. The movie started my journey of faith. And we hope it becomes sort of a pilot for let's talk to other people who have faith.
I love that.
You always get interviews about, tell me when you came to Christ and all that, but you never get where's your journey? Where, your story?
Nobody could have told me this is what would happen. I wouldn't have believed it.
One of the things I feel like God has chosen me to do is to relate to people who don't necessarily want to come to faith come to their faith, come to Christ, get to know God, because just stigma and stuff that goes against it, things that have been put out in the media, and certain people who pretend to be people of faith and of God and do awful things.
One thing that I learned about you in this series so far is this snow globe collection.
Yeah, boy, that's as you get older, you go, is that the thing that's going to make it to the tombstone? And by the way things would be, it was a trade that I made in this thing called One Red Paperclip.
Yes.
Kiss Snow Globe, which you'll see in the documentary, that led me to the town of Kipling, where I made this movie, where I reestablished my faith. It's what I wrote before I ever knew I was writing a faith-based movie. I wrote those words.
What would you say the greatest lesson this journey and this process has taught you?
Don't say you know it all. One thing it's very hard to tolerate is when I meet Christians who are wonderful people, but they seem to know it all. And I want to say, no, God, you can. God does not want you to know it all. God wants you to keep learning and getting closer and closer and closer. You know, you can never know it all. There's only one being that can know it all, and it's not me.
Corbin's Journey of Faith is a 6-part docuseries. It's streaming right now on the PureFlix streaming platform. For more uplifting entertainment, be sure to join us for Studio 5 tonight. We've got the cast of Creed with us. We'll also explore the resurrection story like you've never seen it before. And singer and songwriter Matt Redman joins us to share his musical contribution to the latest season of the hit series The Chosen. You can catch Studio 5 on the CBN News Channel tonight. It begins at 8:30 Eastern. You can find it on the CBN News app or on YouTube.